This is 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Here's Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Just like that. Just like that. Shift. 13, Luke. He's moving. He's moving, boys. He's moving. Mike 14. Mike 14.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert now. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. And
at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Davis. 60 yards. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Lawrence on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. A big 30-yard play on third.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Motion man is Schwartz. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 7. Herbert. Looking deep downfield. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Herbert throwing again. That's to the tight end, Wiley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Lawrence will throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break for Herbert. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught at the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was
Pocket, doesn't it?
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 14. Mike, take right open. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike 14. Mike 14. Here we go.
Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Gun.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. A give up the middle to Dobbins. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down and 4. They'll send the tight end in motion left. And they'll run it here. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain an 18-point lead.
And I think there on the left hash mark, he's just aiming down the middle and hoping to hit it true. But this ball started right and start working away from him, and it's going to wind up wide of the mark.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Corum now on 1st and 10. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Let's go. Single slot. 13, Lou. Me. 87's me. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Tight dog.
Now Lawrence to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing again. Lawrence.
That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On first down, Lawrence. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
11, that is right. 4 down.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Lawrence. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Lawrence going to throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play. But this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. 14, Mike, 14. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 14's the mic. 14's
Back to throw again. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run for the first with Corum. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Peters. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Check curls. 13, Lou. Hey, watch the ball. 14's the mic.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11. Hey, Soko, Hey, 4 down. Mike 14. Mike 14.
They'll look to throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have bucked the trend so far. A sterling performance to this point, on the road no less, in the wild card round, and they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 30.